Okay, so a pattern that we have been kind of talking about lately or processing lately, seeing in our own selves, seeing in others, and just has actually helped us type better is a pattern of like, where do you shove? Where do you push? Now, this is a lot of what we were talking about on like what is masculine versus feminine. When you see a function that is masculine versus feminine, it's one is non-movable, one is movable, one shoves, one, kind of takes basically. And one thing that we've been processing a lot is the actual deciders. So the deciders themselves have a kind of isolated, like, okay, when you are shoving, you're either shoving on yourself or you're shoving on others.
That seems to be the biggest one right there.
Right. So the interaction becomes a very dynamic interaction. So for you, you're going to shove naturally on yourself. You've got masculine FI.
And not want to shove on others. You go do what you want. I don't want to bother you. You're doing it wrong, you'll figure it out.
So that's the binary coin. Because now you'll have problems in both areas. It'll be actually an extreme positive that you have the ability to push on yourself. And also an extreme positive that you're not shoving on others when that's the right thing to do, right?
Sure.
But then also when it is the right thing to do to kind of move your own self or shove on others, that will become the
Think of like, I got a little visual down here.
Oh, cool.
You'll have like an extreme of like a Tony Robbins. Or even an Alex Jones. So think about those two dynamics there.
Very much shoving
where they're
on
pushing
others.
on others. Right. Tony Robbins is doing great later in life because he's learned to push on himself. That's like kind of his life journey.
Right.
But you can tell his natural state, where he really thrives, is being on stage, pushing on everyone else for 50 hours.
Right.
And you see that kind of the negative side of that of like the Alex Jones, where he's not doing a lot of the personal work. So doesn't have that internal strength where he has been pushing on himself. So he's constantly scared of the tribe and pushing on everyone else. Don't scare me, don't scare me, don't scare me.
Right. To an extreme degree. Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, they're motivational and it is actually positive when they are shoving. But like you said, if they don't have the ability to kind of back off from that and move away from that, you do turn into childish on the inside. And a lot of people will get confused because they're like, I see this very aggressive person coming at me.
Right.
And you have to kind of know that behind that very aggressive shoving front is a very weak, scared child.
Feminine, introvert decider.
Yeah, that's what they're protecting. That's where that wall is coming up from. And then the same thing on the other side. You'll have these guys that, on the other side, Greg Plitt, we study, he's been somebody that's been very motivational for us because he has the ability to shove so much on his own self.
He's the guy to watch if you want to like push on yourself, motivate yourself to work out, to work harder, to put the strength on yourself. That is the guy right there.
Right.
Where people like that, right? And then the execute of, okay, now I've built something up for my inner self. Now how do I beat on the tribe to get them to get on board? Well, now you got to study guys like this.
Right. Wow.
And you see like these softer versions here. Like Phil DeFranco's a great one where he's like, he gives his little news shows, and he's like, okay, tribe, what do you think? Well, here's something for you to figure out. It's very softly, like...
femininely giving.
Pushing on the tribe, but in a very soft, feminine way.
Right. But then when he goes to work on his own stuff, he will shove on his own self.
Right. But the same thing here. Pushing on the tribe in a very soft, feminine way.
Yeah.
So classic bell curve, out of the 512 personality types, you're going to fall most likely somewhere in here where you're going to have some ability to push on yourself, to motivate yourself, and then some ability to kind of teach and encourage and shove on others.
Right.
And then there's people that are on the bell curves where it's like, okay, I'm all in and pushing on myself, or all in and pushing on others. And that's this extreme challenge.
Right. So that's technically you and me.
Yeah.
We have the benefit of a lot of being in the middle on the spectrums on a lot of things.
Right. This is where we're nuts. This is where, like, we've had so many fights over the years of, like, I'm just all in. I'm like, well, I'm going to push on myself, and you should just get it and push on yourself, yourself.
Yeah.
Push on yourself. And you're like, what?
And then I'm like, tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Because, like you've said to me before, I won't even push on myself for things that I want.
Right,
like naturally I'll want things in my own life, but if it contradicts what the tribe is doing or wants, like I won't shove for that. I won't push for that. And that's where I'll cause problems.
Which is like classic EJ syndrome, but like we're seeing that now more with this kind of observation of like, oh, there's a whole lot of dynamic going on of where is your masculine decider?
Yeah.
Is it doubling down on it's your introverted decider and it's a savior? Wow, now you're really pushing on yourself.
Right.
Or is your masculine on the tribe and also a savior? Now you're really, and then anyone in between. So bottom line, because everybody's going to want to rush to know, which type am I?
I know.
Am I this cool one or that one? Because it's all about which type I am. Like, hey, We all have a dynamic of pushing on ourselves or pushing on others.
Yeah.
Introvert decider, extrovert decider, masculine, feminine, whatever. And there's a whole big messy spectrum.
Yeah.
But it's really what we're finding is like being aware of this game, like any other game. How's your controlling going? How's your gathering going? How's your pushing on self? How's your pushing on tribe? And then watch for the imbalances. And like it seems to be just like accepting, okay, I don't want to do this other one, but I need to start doing this other one. And only you can unlock that, says me. Says the push on the self guy.
Right.
I don't know what advice you give yourself.
Go punch on the tribe, I guess.
I don't know. Go punch on yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderers scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy weird sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot belly goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions